Hello everyone, welcome to the Engineering Explained channel. In this session of the renewable energy sources, I am going to discuss about the brief description on geothermal energy. First we will discuss what is meant by geothermal energy and how that energy will be present inside the earth and how that can be converted into a useful form of energy, and later we will discuss that one. What are the potential sources or locations are there in our country for this geothermal energy, and also we will discuss what are the applications. Geothermal energy means here inside the earth, if you go down, go depth, okay, then there is the molten, okay, the area will be there, that is called as a magma. And the molten magma, what is present, okay, that is having the heat content in it, that is having the higher temperature and heat content. Above that, whatever the magma is there, there is a rock, okay, that will be having the that is covered with that magma, and that is also having the higher temperature and heat contains the heat. If you drill a well up to that one, and above that rock the water what is present, that will be get heated and that is converted into a steam, and that if you drill a hole up to that one, the steam we can extract, and that can be used as a steam for running of the turbine, similar to that of the steam turbines. Okay, in the thermal power plant, how we are going to run the turbines, we are going to discuss that one. Okay, here one of the that steam power plant run by the geothermal energy that we can see. Okay, here the hot water is coming and the steam formation will be taking place, and that will be used to run the turbine and generator. The electricity will be produced and that will be distributed, and from the cooling tower it will be cooled, the steam after the expansion, and that is injected to the again to that certain depth again to formation of the steam. This is briefly how the working of the geothermal power plant we have taken. And next we will take, that is what is meant by geothermal energy and what are the different sources and what the depth, all these things in detail we discuss here. Geothermal energy is a natural heat derived from the earth's interior. Okay, earth's interior, that's a natural heat. Okay, what we can derive, that can be used to generate the electricity and heating applications. Not only used for the generating of the electricity, it is used for the heating of the applications. Some of them in the colder regions where the temperature is lower, and their heating of the buildings also we can carry out by using this heat. A layer of hot molten rock called magma exists beneath the earth crust. The layer of the hot and molten rock, okay, called magma, present in that earth crust. The decay, this is due to the decay of the natural radioactive materials like uranium and potassium, produces a heat in this layer on the continuous basis. In that layer what is there, okay, that radioactive materials are present like uranium and potassium, and due to that is a natural radioactive decay, thereby the heat will be continuously produced, and that's why that rock will be in the molten state only. Here heat within the 10,000 meters, about 33,000 feet of the earth's surface, contains the 50,000 times the more energy than all the world's oil and natural gas reserves combined. The what energy we are getting from all the world's oil and natural gas reserves are there, about 50,000 times it will be present if you move the 10,000 meters. Okay, that means 10 kilometers if you move inside the earth, and that is the drilling of the hole up to the 10 kilometer, and also that whatever the extraction of the heat, it is so difficult. That's why only the few meters, that is 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers, if you move inside the earth, then also we are getting some part of the heat, and that we are going to utilize for our applications. And that is the one of the, that is a natural heat source, and that's why it is a renewable form of the energy, and that is continuously available. There are three types of geothermal resources. One is geopressurized zones. Second one is hydrothermal convection zones. Third one is hot dry rock zones. Geothermal pressurized zones means if you drill a hole up to that certain distance, certain depth, okay, there the surface water finds the ways up to that distance, and there the steam is present already, and that with the pressure, its own pressure, the steam is coming out of that well, and that steam can be used for the running of the turbines. That is the geopressurized zones. In certain regions, that directly steam we are going to get if you drill a well. In hydrothermal convection zones means here inside that certain depth the water is not present, but the heat will be present there. Then whatever the well we are going to drill, through that well we can supply the surface water to up to that depth. Then that water will convert into steam. Then the steam will be coming to the out of that wells, and that is called as a hydrothermal convection zones. The convection heat transfer will be taking place and the steam will be forming. The next one is the hot dry rocks. In certain regions, there we cannot inject the water. We are not going to inject the water, and the only hot dry rocks are present. The similar way how we are going to take here the hydrothermal convection zones, here also we can inject the water into up to that hot dry rocks, and the heat from the dry rock that transfer to this water which is flowing to that rock, then it will convert into a steam, and that can be supplied to a surface. Like that, three types of the geothermal resources we can have, and only the first of these three is currently being commercially exploited. The first one, whatever is the presently commercially exploited, and that is using for the power generation or other applications also. The other two are under progress. Hot springs, geysers, and the lava fountain are some natural examples of the geothermal energy. In the certain regions we can see that one, hot springs. Okay, that is a hot water, whatever is there, that is coming out of the earth. And hot geysers, that one. Okay, there the some of the regions the water along with that steam is coming out. Then lava fountain, the lava itself, that is a molten rock what is present, that one itself coming out of that earth. Okay, that these are the natural examples of the geothermal energy. In the certain regions, this magma whatever is there, the molten rock is there, it is nearer to the earth surface, only few kilometers, okay, depth it will be there, and in those regions, okay, the geothermal energy is potential energy, and that can be used. And how power is generated from the geothermal energy? How that is we can generate the energy from this geothermal energy? The steam is produced by hot water reservoirs. The hot water reservoirs what are present, from that steam is produced a few miles or more beneath the earth surface. The few miles distance from the earth surface or more distance from the earth surface, it will be the hot water it will be present, and from that the steam can be flashed. Steam is used to generate electricity in geothermal power plant. That whatever the steam is coming out here, forming here, and that can be used to generate electricity in the steam power plant. That whatever the steam is there, that spins a turbine, that is turns a turbine, which in turns generator. The turbine can run the generator, which generates electricity. That generator will be generating electricity. Here dry steam, flash steam, and binary cycle geothermal plants are three types of geothermal power plants. There are three types of geothermal power plants. Those are dry steam, directly dry steam, pure dry steam, that is it will not contain any liquid particles or water particles in that one. Directly dry steam we are going to get, and that is used for running of the turbine. Secondly, we can use a flash steam. That means the hot water it is available, and that can flash it to a steam. Okay, that means it is passing through a certain that is a constriction, and there the suddenly expanding to the that is high pressure to the low pressure, thereby that will be converted into a steam. And binary cycle. The binary cycle means the hot water is used to convert that is vapor of the some organic low boiling point to organic fluid, and vapor of that one we can convert by transferring the heat from the that is hot water. Hot water we can convert it in the geothermal power plants. Like this, in the three ways we can use the energy to convert it into a useful form in the geothermal power plants. Are the three types of the geothermal power plants. And here one of the common example of the geothermal power plant what we can explain here. If you drill a well into the earth crust, then if you take it as a dry steam only available, then or some wet particles also may be present, then from those wells you can extract the steam, and steam is supplied to a steam separator, and in the steam separator any that is contaminants or water particles present, those will be separated. Only pure steam will be supplied to a turbine, where the turbine runs by the steam, then that will be coupled to a generator, can generate the electricity from it. After the expansion in the steam turbine, okay, then that will be goes to a condenser, where this low temperature steam will be condensed to a liquid state, and that condensate whatever is there, it can be discharged to the surface of the earth, or it can be again sent to that inside the earth crust for the formation of the steam. And cooling surface water we are going to use for the cooling of the steam. Like this, how the steam power plant works, similar to that one thermal power plant works, similar to that this part will be there, and this part whatever the steam we are going to get from the earth crust, that is the different in the geothermal power plant. Okay, that we can get. Then what are the potential geothermal fields are there in India? Concerned to the India, what are the fields are there where the steam power, the geothermal energy we are going to use? Okay, and when it is started, and what are the potentials are there? All these things we briefly will discuss here. Exploration and study of the geothermal fields began in India in 1970. 1970 onwards, on this the whatever the research is there, finding is there, that is started. Around 350 geothermal energy locations have been discovered in India by Geological Survey of India. Geological Survey of India, from that 350 geothermal locations are identified. The Foga Valley in Ladakh is the most promising of these. The Foga Valley in the Ladakh, whatever it is the most promising of this out of 350. The Himalayas, Sohana, West Coast, Cambay in Gujarat, Godavari and Mahanadi, and Son Narmadi Tapi, Sonata geothermal provinces, as well a number of geothermal springs make up India geothermal provinces. These are the major geothermal provinces which are available in our India, and so that it is also makes that one India is also capable to generate the energy from the geothermal fields. According to the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy Resources, that is MNRE, geothermal resources in India have been mapped, and broad estimates suggest that there could be 10 gigawatt geothermal power potential as per MNRE. Here 10 gigawatt of the power can be generated if you use all the geothermal fields, okay, for the power generation. That is the estimation is there from the MNRE. The government of Chhattisgarh decided in 2013 to build the country's first geothermal power plant at Tattapani. At Tattapani, the first country's geothermal power plant they are planned to build in the Balrampur district of the Chhattisgarh. An agreement to establish the first geothermal power plant in Ladakh was signed in 2021. The first geothermal power plant is to be set in the Ladakh, that is signed in the 2021 for the establishment. Satellites such as IRS-1 have helped the locate geothermal areas by taking the infrared photographs. Okay, here the satellite is used for the finding of the geothermal fields what are there. In the Ladakh already for the heating of that during the cold weather buildings, okay, then this geothermal fields are using, but the power plant it is not using. That's why there is agreement is signed that one to develop one of the such power plant in the Ladakh. Like this, there is a geothermal is the another one alternative and renewable energy source, okay, available in our country and the world, and that can be used for the power generation. If the no other sources are available, there we can use this type of the source. Thank you for watching. If you like, comment, subscribe and share my video and subscribe the Engineering Xplained channel. Thank you once again.